My mare's eating her breakfast. I often get asked what's the difference between a horse behavior problem and a training problem in horses. And in general, training problems represent a lack of skill development. So either the horse doesn't know what it is they're supposed to do yet, whether that's loading the trailer or leading or doing a sliding lead change or a sliding stop, or they've been taught but the person teaching them perhaps had some confusion about training horses themselves, and as a result, the horse has learned things that were taught accidentally, or that the horse themselves is confused. Behavior problems, on the other hand, tend to be accompanied by negative emotions such as fear or anxiety. So, for example, loading in the trailer, a horse could have been taught to load in the trailer by someone who used punishment-based training, and as a result, the horse is now anxious or frightened about loading in the trailer or traveling in the trailer. It's important to understand this difference because the techniques we use to teach new behaviors and the techniques we use to address negative emotions such as fear and anxiety are completely different. And these techniques aren't generally taught to most horse trainers. That's not a reflection on horse trainers at all. It's just a different skill set. Most horse trainers specialize in learning how to teach new and wanted behaviors, and the techniques that are used to address emotions such as fear and anxiety are totally different. Techniques such as counter-conditioning and systematic desensitization aren't generally part of the curriculum of any horse training program or anything like that. So super important that you understand the difference, because if your horse has a training issue, you might want to go to one professional, but if your horse has a behavior issue that's accompanied by negative emotions such as fear or anxiety, you might want to go to another professional. Sometimes it can be helpful to use a human example to better understand things. So the example I often use is if you had a kid and you wanted them to learn a specific sport, you would take them to a coach who specialized in teaching the skills needed to do that new sport. If, on the other hand, your kid had anxiety issues, you would take your kid to a different professional. You might take them to a psychologist who would use different techniques than the coach would to help them overcome their anxiety. Hope that helps.